Hello everybody, my name is Benji, and welcome back to Dyson Sphere program, where I figured out where the coal was going. So, a couple of episodes ago now, I mentioned something about us needing more coal than just for the oil setup, and I couldn't remember what it was for. Well, I realized what it's for. It's for plastic, because plastic requires... First of all, plastic is for the particle broadbands, which is for the purple science. But this needs energetic graphite. And in order to get the energetic graphite without a hydrogen byproduct, like in this system over here, the only way to do that is with coal. So that's why we have this. That's why we needed that extra coal. It's technically only 60 per second, and we only need, I think it's 20 something or other per second. I have the sheet up, why am I not looking at it? 30 energetic graphite, 60 coal per second. This technically takes in 100 coal per second, makes 50 energetic graphite, but who's counting? Also, still really slow logic vessels, but they're getting here, they're working, and we'll see how the system flows by the time that we're done, and I can just tweak values and add space warpers where needed. Last time we roleplayed the United States of America and produced a ton of oil with all of my oil blueprints, which I don't think I've added into the blueprint book as of recording this. I've only done reforming refine, not X-ray cracking. So that will be in the blueprints in the description. They're just not currently there because I haven't actually gotten around to it yet. Sorry about that, but it will be there by the time the videos are out, obviously. I usually just copy the blueprints in whenever I'm actually doing the episode. Anyway, first up on the docket today is some more oil, which is why we're still on this planet. The only piece of oil processing that we have left to do is plastic. And for plastic, we're going to do the kind of similar to what we've been doing with the 4 rows of 10, except 4 rows of 10 doesn't work out to be a nice pretty number for plastic processing. So we're actually going to do 4 rows of 9 instead. It'll get us 12 plastic per second, which is a nice number that I like to work with. And then we will have 36 total machines, hence 4 rows of 9. And I think the input is double. The input is double for the refined oil, but that's not going to be a problem with our belts. So just like all of the other blueprints, I'm just going to go on ahead and stamp it all down like this. It's going to be this exact model here, except it's going to have this length, and we're also going to put a couple of other things in here, and I'm probably going to design this one actually closer to up top here, specifically for the purpose of I want to make sure that the blueprint will actually work at high altitudes, unlike this one does. This one has an issue with the power poles, so I just got rid of the power poles, reprinted the machines, and then put the power on the outside. It's a quick fix, it works, but it's a little dirty. Sorry about that. You can tweak the blueprint however you'd like. It's not too hard to tweak it. And then once it's tweaked, obviously, you just paste it a bunch of times. Once we're done with this, we are going to need 3 plastic setups, and then a couple of deuterium processing setups, which I think I'm going to do on this planet as well, but I'm not going to do that on camera because we've already seen all of my deuterium processing. But I will quickly say somebody mentioned to use the stacker for the deuterium setups, and while the stacker would be a decent option for this because it'll automatically unstack the hydrogen, I just don't feel like dealing with it because I've never dealt with the stackers before. And it might be more efficient, but I'm not inherently interested in using the stackers. It would not be hard for you guys to implement a stacker into the blueprint if you wanted to. It would be quite easy. I just don't really see the need to for my purposes, so I'm just not going to. Simple as. But I'm going to continue this design. We'll do the plastic, and then we're going to move over to this planet, the intermediate processing, and we're going to start placing down a whole bunch of stuff for our electromagnetic turbines, particle containers, not particle broadbands, circuit boards, microcrystalline components, processors, magnetic coils, all the good stuff. We're going to go get that taken care of, and then I'm going to find a place for titanium glass, plane filters, all that good stuff. Ooh, I'm going to need water. I didn't think of that. Anyway, I'm going to shut my big fat mouth, and I will be back momentarily. And yet again, my favorite part, watching the drones go crazy. Granted, I have to do this for every single one, but still, it is fantastic to see the drones just going and going and going. I love it. I love watching them. I don't know why. It's a pride of accomplishment. It's a feeling of accomplishment. And for this game, I don't really get it so much, at least late game, with the belts. Like in Satisfactory and Factorio, when you start seeing the belts filling up with items and doing their jobs and going all over the place in every which direction and just going absolutely crazy, you get this intense feeling of satisfaction, hence satisfactory. Nice little play on words. But in this game, it's the drones. Seeing the drones go back and forth and seeing all of the machines activating. Like, look at this beautiful oil refinery setup here. Absolutely gorgeous, in my personal opinion. That and watching Dyson spheres get built. Like, watching these things launch all of their drones and all of their carrier rockets, which it looks like we are finished, so it's only the sails left. It's just beautiful. It is beautiful to watch. Speaking of, I put one in Saturn because I didn't realize we didn't have one in Saturn. We were just hemorrhaging solar sails. Like, thousands per hour were just hemorrhaging. And that's so pointless. So I went on ahead, I copied the same sphere design from Deuteron and what was the other one? Canis Majoris, which actually has two in here. It's kind of hard to see, but there are two Dyson shells here. They're just both covered. And I just pasted it into Saturn because we're not here that often. It doesn't need to be that pretty, but it needs to be functional so that we're not hemorrhaging the shells and the sails, rather. Plus, look at that. That's beautiful to see. That is beautiful. Anyway, I'm gonna pop back to the hub world really quickly, the titanium, silica, and other smelting facility, and grab all of the materials that I need for the next planetary project, which, like I mentioned earlier, is all of the intermediate products. Hence, intermediate processing. Kind of makes sense. I already ran all the numbers, and I'll get into those in a second, but I really just need to grab all of my building materials first, and then I will be able to go over everything that we're going to do in terms of blueprint pasting. So I'll be back soon. Okay, time to get started. There are 1,300 Assembly Machine Mark IIIs. I almost called them Smelter Mark IIs. Assembly Machine Mark IIIs in my inventory. And hopefully enough sorters and belts, but I kind of doubt it. Hopefully enough logic vessels and logic stations as well. So number one, we're going to go on ahead and go for the motors, I think. No, we're going to start with everything dealing with circuitry, circuit boards, that kind of stuff. So number one is our circuit board setups. Our circuit board setups, we need 7 of them. There's 1. Can't fit them right next to each other like that, so there's 2, 3. Well, why? What's the problem? Need foundation support. Ugh, I hate these planets. Planets that have random fissures all over the place are annoying. It's so much easier to build on, like, moons and stuff, because they actually work properly when I try to place down blueprints. It's so annoying when they don't. I was gonna say, that's probably gonna result in that issue happening, but that's fine. We only have to deal with it once, because all I have to do is that, and then make sure this goes the whole way in. By the way, this is a quick way to fix pretty much any issue you could run into while using my blueprints, is just shift it back by one step. My FPS is too low for me to click so rapidly, by the way. That's what happened there. Obviously, we're gonna need some more foundation support. Plus and minus keys to increase or decrease the extent of your foundation placement. The word I was trying to say but was blanking on because I'm thinking. And right there is all 7. The only issue being that we do not have any logistics at the moment that will be bringing in iron and copper plates. So, first of all, we are going to fix that. And we're going to fix that in a very specific way. We're going to have 2 for iron. And then, well, I guess we can go on ahead and get rid of this one. Local supply, remote demand, make sure this is down properly, up properly, and like that. And then remote demand, copy, paste, copy, paste. And for this one, we are going to do the same thing with copper instead. And then put the copper here. And then we are going to do the same thing yet again, but this time we're going to do it for silica. Well, actually, I don't know if we'll need to do it for silica, so we'll hold off on that for now. It is a known possibility that I might have to do that for silica, though. And there we go. Make sure these all have drones. Very good. Here come the first batch of iron. And now we can do this. And that should be everybody with drones. Look at that. Look at it go. Fantastic. Next up is going to be our microcrystalline components. I'm also going to need to make sure that there is an available export for circuit boards, because we need circuit boards on our science planet. So we'll go on ahead and put that here for now. Local demand, remote supply. We'll do this, this, that, that, and that. Perfection. That'll be fine. Now we can move on to our microcrystalline components, of which we need, see, that was 6. We need 6 microcrystalline component setups. I have enough foundations, otherwise I'm gonna have to do a break and redesign something for that. Late game automation, microcrystalline components. See, this is annoying because I can either do what I did up here for silica, or I can repurpose this, and I'd rather not repurpose this. So we're not going to use this. Instead, actually, you know what? Why don't I just make all of these the same? Right? Why don't I just do this? Because we have the logic for this to be possible. We have enough smelting setups with their own individual drones that this is perfectly reasonable for me to do. And then if I have to, I can just jack up the charging rate for the drones That way the drones can actually go zoom as fast as they need to. And then as throughput suffers, I have 4 stations that can accept everything. I have, what is it, 6? I forget already. I have it in my sheet though. Yeah, I have 6 iron that are supplying, so I can have up to 6 of these, no problem. I can have up to 8 for the silica, also no problem. And then same thing with the copper, I have 5, so I can have up to 5, no problem whatsoever. Yeah, that's how we'll do it. Because in addition to this one sending its logic vessels to go get the stuff, we also have, you see, that's like 25 logic vessels right there. We have all of the logic vessels from every single smelting system on each of the planets also supplying. And you can also see ore going back and forth now. But anyway, that's semantics at this point. So I guess we can go on ahead and continue here with the microcrystalline components. And it looks like these can be placed pretty close to one another. I was gonna say, hopefully we don't run into that issue, but we did. I also need to scroll back down so I can see we need 6 microcrystalline component setups, which is not a problem because I'll just be able to copy what I have right here, this row of 3, and then paste it. And then, boom, 3 plus 3 is 6. Quick math. Quick math is basically all I ever do in video games and real life, I feel like, at least. Math and coding. Coding's the new thing now. Okay, there we go. I'm obviously going to need foundation support, so I'll go on ahead and take care of that. What time are we at? 17 minutes. So I'm probably going to end up cutting here soon to replenish on some foundations. By the look of things, I'm going to need. But now we can copy all of this right here. Find a spot that looks pretty. Paste it. Oh, foundation support. Gotta be kidding me. This is the detriment of building on these types of planets. There we go. And then you can see how fast this goes with all of our drones, the amount of supplies that we've already eaten into. And that is microcrystalline components, circuit boards done. I'm probably going to end up doing the processors and then breaking momentarily to replenish on my foundations. That seems like it would be a good plan. Jump over top of the poles. Look at those drones go. Absolutely beautiful. Literally one of my favorite things to see. Like, not even exaggerating. One of my absolute favorite things to see. Look at that. That and this are my 2 favorite things to see. It's not my favorite for my computer to see, though. 50 updates per second. Oof. 50 UPS is, like, atrociously bad, guys. You have no idea. So let's go on ahead, fix whatever is going to cause issues foundation-wise. Perfect. And now we're going to need processors, and we need 5 of these setups. Is that the right positioning? No, that is the right position. And then there. And then I'm gonna run into the exact same issue that I had. Yep. I knew that I would. So that's okay. I can't place it here, so I have to place it there. Ooh, it's getting laggy. No, bad. Why? Why did you do that? Oh no, is there a problem with the blueprint? No, there's no problem with the blueprint. I don't know why it didn't... Oh, it got rid of it because I put a belt into it. I get it. I got it now. I got it now. I understand what happened. Because it auto-pathed me into the wrong position, so it just assumed that I was wrong, which it was correct to assume that I was wrong. Anyway, that's those. So now we just need foundation support. I was worried about that. But again, it does make complete and entire sense. We'll go on ahead and put it all the way up to here. And now we should be fine to just bonk that down. Make sure everything's in line and bonk that down. And that is our 5 processors, all done and dealt with. So I'm going to take a quick break here before we get into the motors. I'm going to fix the current power issue that is happening. See if I can find a power pole. Yeah, that's bad. So I'm going to have to go remedy that. Look at those drones. It's amazing. I'm going to remedy that, and then I'm going to make myself a small processing plant on world for some foundations. And then I will come back to all you lovely people, and we can start going into everything motor related. So I'll be back. Alright, now that activity has ceased just a little bit, it is time to continue. First off with magnetic coils. Now these do 60 per second. We only need technically like 2.5 setups of these, but we're gonna go on ahead and do a full 3. Weird. It looks like it's already made for high elevation, which is good because that means that I can just plop these down here and they will work. Oh no! Magnets! Oh, I'm a moron! Oh, I'm such a moron. Not all of my iron is iron. Some of it's magnets. Oh no! How many of you were yelling at me last time? The last couple times for that. Oh, that's stupid. That is stupid of me to do. Alright, well, I'm gonna have to recalculate that and deal with it. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. I'll do that later off cam. Just know that one of the things I'm gonna do is I'm going to replace some of the iron mines, or iron whatever it's called. Iron smelting rigs for magnets instead. Oh man, I can't believe I'm such a moron. I'm such a moron. I remember thinking that too when I was going through all of the like needs and everything for this system. Like I thought about it, and man, I can't believe I didn't think of it. That's crazy. Oh well. Oh well, no worries. Next up is gears. We need 2 setups for gears, which is a little shocking given the fact that the gear setup is so large. But it is true, we need 2 of these bad boys. Lots and lots and lots of iron for lots and lots and lots of gears. So that is both of those. Next up is motors. And we need 4 of these wonderful things. 1 there. Like this one's gonna be a little bit more complicated to place thanks to the quadrupling for the 3 input, 1 output. And we are not going to be putting any logic vessels into these, only drones. Yep, and keep it all local supply. Did I put drones in these? I did, good. And we're gonna need ourselves some more foundation coverage, because of course we are. Why would we not? We're building on a lava planet, for goodness sakes. Here we go. That was 2, that's number 3, and number 4. Just taking the time in between each placement to make sure that it's actually placing properly. Oh, my bad. Take those out. Still have not run out of materials as of yet. I am running low on foundations, but that's why we have that set up. By the way, that is blueprinted now. It's in late game science because I couldn't figure out another place to put it that would be easy for me to find. So I just put it somewhere that I knew would be easy for me to find. And then the last 2 things that we are going to place today, because I am almost out of time, is going to be the electromagnetic turbines and particle containers, which I do have blueprints for both of those, don't I? Yes, I do. So, electric magnetic turbine, number 1 here, and then number 2 will be up above as soon as we get ourselves the foundations placed. This is why I love the blueprinting, by the way, and having so many drones, because while my drones are doing all of the heavy lifting and placing things down, thanks to the blueprinting, I have the ability to just go and place down the rest of the blueprints. It is absolutely perfect. Obviously, these aren't working because they don't have the copper coils, the magnetic coils, but that'll be something that I fix when I smelt some magnets. Shame. But in theory, these will both work. And then next up is the particle containers, of which we need 2 setups. Please tell me these are gonna fit. It looks like they will. I might have to move the mine, which I have no problems rotating this mine just a little bit in order to make these guys fit. Because I can put it here, and then I can run it up here. Yes, okay, cool. So I just have to move the power line. I don't even have to move the mining machine at all. This is great news. Fantastic news, even. I just have to make sure that I've got it in the right spot, make sure everything is in line. What? Where? Are you kidding me? That little divot, that tiny little divot requires foundation support. I hate the foundation support in this game. I hate it because it's like, man, that's like the tiniest frickin' divot. Whoa, 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 whoa. What is all of this? What is all of this? What's going on here? No, stop. What's going on here? Okay, so I needed this to stay. Local supply, remote supply. Those are both fine. What the heck was up with the processors? What happened with the processors there? And where's the rest of that copper? I don't know what happened there. Just beware, there is a blueprint issue with the particle containers. Probably a little bit late on the notice on that one. Sorry. Also, these do need to get remote supplied because we have them needed for purple science. Okay. So a slight issue with that blueprint. I'm pretty sure these I can just... I'll keep these as this for right now, and we'll see where it has to go from there. This is going to have to be a remote demand because it's being made on a different world, and I'm going to jack it all the way up to 10K. I'll go on ahead and put everything back the exact way that it was. Like so. Demands. And remote demands. And then have the particle containers only locally supply right now. Pretty sure I put it to 4K? Yes, I did. Okay, so I'm gonna have to reset all of the filters on that, but you get the idea. Wow, we placed a lot of stuff for this episode, holy shit. Just scrolling back over, we placed like half an entire planet. Literally half of a planet in hemisphere-wise. That's insane. But we are out of time for today, so thank you everybody so much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. But without further ado, adios, sayonara, au revoir, hasta la vista, das vidania, wiedersehen, ciao, and goodbye. Please have yourselves all a fantastic rest of your day. Get some sleep if you need to. Don't forget to stay hydrated. This video is in the bag, and I will see you guys in the next one. Later, y'all.